Shen Yanting had just returned from a business trip in North America. Still tired, he walked out of the airport terminal and scanned the waiting crowd out of habit. His gaze stopped on a slender figure. The plain platinum ring on her left ring finger caught the light like a needle piercing his pupil. 2 years and 3 months, and he still recognized her in less than a second. He tightened his grip on his suitcase handle, his throat bobbing, and stepped forward. "Suisui," he called out, his voice trembling without him realizing it. The woman in the misty blue trench coat turned her head. Her almond-shaped eyes, visible above her mask, showed a flicker of confusion. "Sir, you must have mistaken me for someone else." Yanting took off his black baseball cap, revealing his closely cropped hair and sun-tanned face. He grinned. His white teeth were almost blinding against his dark skin. "Still mad at me? I know. I shouldn't have left without saying goodbye. But why we wanted to see the wildebeest migration, and her dying father asked me to take care of her. What was I supposed to do? Once I settled things there, I flew right back to keep my promise. Suisui, about the wedding." "Wait," the woman interrupted. She took off her mask and showed her full face, flawless features perfectly proportioned. "You really have the wrong person." Before Shen Yanting could respond, Lin Kaiwei, wearing a tropical print dress, pushed her luggage cart over and wrapped her arm around his. "Jian-sui, aren't you here to ambush my brother? We changed all our contact info, but you still tracked him down. Your tactics are so outdated." She was shorter, with higher cheekbones and upturned eyes. Jian-sui took off her fisherman's hat, revealing her shoulder-length hair. "Sorry, I changed too much to recognize you." "Shen Yanting, long time no see." Her tone was flat, like a weather report. Shen Yanting's eyes lit up. He thought being addressed by name meant he was forgiven. He pulled his arm free and reached to tousle her hair. She sidestepped. His hand hung in the air. "Still avoiding me?" He put his hand in his pocket, grinning as if nothing had happened. "Let's talk about the wedding. I found a venue. The Sunset Cliff Hotel in Shanya. You always said you wanted to." "Mr. Shenhong." She cut him off. Her voice was loud, but it froze his smile. "Thank you for missing our wedding 2 years ago. It allowed me to marry a far better man." She raised her left hand. Next to the plain platinum ring was a rose-cut pink diamond so large Shen Yanting couldn't ignore it. "I'm here to pick up my husband. Not you." The air went silent for 3 seconds. Shen Huangqing crossed his arms and laughed. "You think I don't know you? The engagement was set by our grandfathers. The banquet had 80 tables. Half the city's elite attended. Who doesn't know you're my fiancé?" Jian-sui remembered that day. The church, the flower arches, the 999 white roses, the whispers of the guests. Shen Yanting's phone rang. He answered, his face changed. And he dropped the bouquet and ran. Her wedding dress had a 3-meter train. It made her look like a beached whale. The last message she received said, "Huawei is breaking down. She only has me. Give me a week. Just a week. And you'll give you my life when I return." She didn't reply. She snapped her SIM card in half and threw it into the fountain behind the church. That evening, the family patriarch, Shen Yanting, came to herd. He pushed a 5% equity transfer agreement toward her. "A family failed to raise a proper son. The shares meant for Yanting are yours now. Name your terms. We'll agree to anything." Jian-sui had been sitting on a rosewood chair, her makeup smudged from crying, but her back was straight. She was silent for a long time. Then she looked up at the man standing beside the patriarch Shen Wenshu. He was born when Shen Yanting was 52, making him Shen Yanting's uncle by generation despite being only 7 years older. "Executive president of the Shen Group." She said. "I want him. The wedding needs a groom. Let him fill in." Shen Yanju looked at her through his gold-rimmed glasses and nodded. 3 months later. Jian-sui became Shen Yanting's aunt by marriage. Now Shen Yanting stood in the arrival hall, still lost in his own logic. Jian-sui turned to leave. A matte gray Rolls-Royce Scullin and pulled up. A uniformed driver stepped out and opened the back door. Madame, Mr. Shen Hun instructed me to take you home first. I'll be late. Blink I darted past and climbed into the back seat. Isn't this the car sent to pick us up? She sat back, smoothed her skirt, and raised her chin. Aren't you married? Your husband can come pick you up. Jian-sui didn't answer. She pulled a key fob from her bag. Aim at black Pagani Huira. One of four in the world flashed its lights. She got in and drove away. Jian-sui didn't go straight to the family mansion. She went to her usual skincare studio, got a full facial and body massage, drank a cup of tea, and only arrived after dark. As she walked through the entrance, she saw two figures kneeling on the bluestone pavement. Shen Yuting's cane flew out the door, grazing Shen Yanting's ear. You have the nerve to come back. The Shen family has no descendant as disgraceful as you. Shen Yanting knelt straight, forehead to the stone. Lin Kaiwei knelt to steps behind him. Shen Yanting saw Jian-sui and stood, blocking her path. You're worried about me. I knew it. Don't go in yet. Grandfather is furious. He won't really hurt me. But he might take it out on you. Lin Kaiwei came over. Her knees were scraped. You told on us. Didn't you, Jian-sui? She reached to push Jian-sui's shoulder. Jian-sui stepped aside. Lin Kaiwei stumbled and fell, blood immediately welling on her knee. She burst into tears. Sheng Ho wound with exaggerated care, carried her, patted her back. Then he told Jian-sui to apologize and said she should give Lin Kaiwei the Pagani as compensation. Jian-sui walked past him toward the main hall. Stop right there. Shen Yanting's face darkened. If you don't apologize, don't think about entering this family again. Don't think about marrying. A rosewood dragon head cane flew out and hit Shen Yanting squarely on the forehead. Shen Yuting stood in the doorway, his voice like a bell. Bastard, that's your aunt. Shen Yanting grabbed Jian-sui's wrist. What did you call him? Dad, Jian-sui said. Calm down, it's not worth it. That night, Shen Yanting was locked in the ancestral hall. He knelt before the tablets, refusing to eat or drink. On the fifth day, he collapsed. Lin Kaiwei came with a bowl of porridge. She was worried. She came to watch. She had a bargaining chip now. If I were Jian-sui, I'd choose your uncle too. What do you have to compare? Your child, you'll acknowledge it whether you want to or not. You'll never be rid of me. The test results came back. The fetus was 15 weeks old. 15 weeks. That meant it was conceived before they returned to China. In Kenya, Lin Kaiwei had been involved with a local wildlife reserve employee. She had planned to pass the child off as Shen Yanting's. Shen Yanting learned the truth in the hospital. After a long silence, he coughed up blood onto the white bed sheet. Then he covered his face with both hands, his shoulders shaking violently. The sounds that escaped through his fingers were like crushed bone. Months later, the family steward knocked on Jian-sui's door with a purple sandalwood box. The second young master has left. He asked me to give this to you. Inside was the white jade peace lock. The red string had been replaced with a hand-braided lover's knot. The note had only one line. May the years be peaceful. The return address was Kenya. 5 months later, her daughter was born. Sheng Yanzhu named her Shen Suiyan. Childhood name Anianian. On the day of the full month celebration, gifts filled the living room. Jian-sui, unwrapping them, found a small box at the bottom. Inside was a kingfisher green jade longevity lock of exceptional quality. At the bottom of the box lay a card. It said the same thing. She closed the box and tucked it into the corner under the other gifts. Then she glanced back at Shen Yanzhu, who was holding their daughter, lifting her up to make her laugh. The last jade peace lock he had returned had been hidden away somewhere, replaced by over a dozen different necklaces he bought for her to wear. What do you do with a husband this jealous? That night, Sui pulled the blanket up to her chin, scooted closer to him, and tucked her cold feet between his legs. He hissed at the chill, then pulled her into his arms and murmured something that sounded like behave. She smiled, closed her eyes, and let him have his way.